Franzine here. It is about 8:30 on Monday evening, Halloween, October 31st. So happy Halloween, everybody. Appreciate you jumping on here with me tonight. Just to introduce myself real quick, my name is David Franzine. I am an online marketer, and that's why you're catching me on Facebook Live these last few nights. I've been doing some training here lately, and I was challenged by my mentor to do 21 days straight of Facebook Lives to kind of get some exposure and get my training and knowledge out there to the rest of the people. So we are on day 9. So I'm excited about that. I'm almost halfway through. Things have been going pretty good. I've had a few technical glitches. I was actually supposed to be on here at 8 o'clock tonight, and I was just having a little bit of a challenge getting it on at that point, but we are now at 8:30 and we're good to go. So thank you for jumping on here. If you're watching the replay, just to introduce myself, as I said, I am an online marketer. Besides that, I have been a 30-year this November, and next month in a couple weeks will be my 30-year anniversary at Universal Studios Florida. The first 25 years I was at Universal, I was in the entertainment department, primarily as a performer. The last few years I've worked in the security department, and while that's been a lot of fun and I've enjoyed my work and the people I've worked with over the years, I realized a couple of years ago that even though I feel pretty decent about my 401k and my retirement coming up here in 3 or 4 years, I think I'll be all right, but I don't want to just think I'll be all right. I want to know that I'm all right financially. So I went online because I'd seen a lot of people, a lot of examples of people doing well online, making some money, working from home, having the time freedom that they desired. And so I decided to do the same. But I struggled quite a bit at first. I had some challenges. And the good news is that I've learned a lot. I've studied a lot. I've attended a lot of trainings. I've actually went to some live events. And so I do believe I've gained a lot of knowledge. And here recently, I started with a new company about 3 months ago. I am having some good results with them. So as I said, I'm doing the Facebook Lives as a way of reaching out to as many people as I can to share my experience and my knowledge. And so we're going to get started on that. Now, tonight's subject, if you saw my post early on Facebook, the subject is your thoughts become your reality. Now, I'm going to get going on that in just a second, but sometimes I like to start the presentation with a little bit of humor. So I just got a couple of jokes for you real quick. So the first joke is this. Why do football players never get hot? Because they have so many fans. Because they have so many fans. Okay, so that's that. And I had a Halloween one because it is Halloween. What I'm trying to think what that one was. Oh, why did the ghost go on a diet? So it could keep its ghoulish figure. Okay, that's enough jokes for tonight. So anyway, what we're going to talk about tonight is your thoughts become your reality. Now, I just want to say one thing real quick, and I promise we're going to get on subject in just a second here. So the other night I did a video about why now is the perfect time to start your own business, your own online business working from home. And I would encourage you to scroll down my Facebook profile and you can see some of the trainings I've done over the last few nights. And one of them was on why now is the perfect time to start your own online business. Well, when I was coming home from work today, I got caught in a particular situation, and this is something I forgot to mention on my training the other night. Well, traffic. That's another reason to start your online business working from home now, so you don't have to deal with traffic. Traffic lately hasn't been too bad, but tonight there was an accident on I-4 on the way home. I live here in Orlando, Florida, and it took me like an hour to get home, where normally it takes me about 25 minutes. So anyway, that's one reason. So getting back to tonight's subject, and I'm just going to take a quick drink of water here. Been a little dry today. Thank you. I appreciate your patience. So when we talk about thoughts becoming reality, what we're really talking about is what you think about, you bring about. Now, I'm sure you've heard this philosophy a lot over the years, but it's important to get it reinforced every now and then because it is so vitally important to your success in any area of your life. Um, I was just thinking today that I've done 8 or 9 trainings on here the last few nights on Facebook Live. And, you know, without having your head in the right place, without your thoughts being in line with what you're doing, none of that stuff that I've trained on the last 8 or 9 nights is going to do you any good. Because if you're not mentally prepared for success, if you're not mentally prepared to challenge yourself to reach your goals, well, you're going to lose steam pretty quickly. You're not going to stay enthused. You're not going to stay inspired. And you're going to have a very difficult time sustaining what it is you're after. So I always encourage people, when you're working on your why of creating additional income, why you're working on your why of why you want to lose weight, or why you want to be a better communicator, why you want to develop your relationship with your family and your friends, whatever your goal might be, when you're establishing the why you want to do that, make sure that your thoughts are of a positive nature so that you can always be bringing about what you're thinking about. I heard it said by a gentleman named Ray Higdon. He's a pretty well known online marketer, multi-million-dollar earner. And he said something the other day when I was on a training of his, and it kind of resounded with me. So I'm just going to read that real quick. I've got it written down here. And this is what he said. He said, seeing and feeling things the way you wish they were before they are. So again, that's seeing and feeling things the way you wish they were before they actually are. And that is what I'm talking about tonight, is keeping those positive thoughts, feeling that things are already coming about that you want to see come about in your future. And you do that first with a positive mental attitude, and you do it with daily mental conditioning. While I'm on that subject, I recently downloaded an app that somebody told me about called Think Up. So if you want to, after tonight, look up Think Up, because what it is it's a program where you can record affirmations, which affirmations go along really well with what I'm talking about tonight. Affirmations, visualization, that sort of thing. So get this app. It's called Think Up. And what you can do, because when you hear it, especially in your own voice, and you hear something repeated over and over again, it helps with that law of attraction principle of bringing about what you're thinking about. I think it was Norman Vincent Peale once that said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. So that's how important it is. This was back probably in the 50s that he wrote that book. I think it's called You Can If You Think You Can. I think that's what it's titled. It's been so long since I've looked at it. But with Think Up app, what you can do is, and they have a lot of pre-selected statements that you can peruse through. Anything to do with self-confidence, abundance, which is a good one that I like to use. I like to think of myself being in abundance before I actually am in abundance. Self-worth, self-esteem, being grateful, because it's also important to be grateful for what you already have in the attainment of what you want to have with yourself in the future. So download that app. And what I do every day, I record about 10 things at a time. A couple of them to do with abundance, a couple of them to do with self-confidence, because that's an area I've always kind of lacked in. And a lot of people do, especially when they're starting something new, like an online business, they lack the confidence. So download whatever, you feel, whatever moves you. And then record it in your own voice. It allows you to do that. They even have a nice thing where you can put a little background music to it. And then each and every morning, and this goes along with, how some people say do affirmations every day. So I'm not really good about doing my affirmations every day. I need to work on that a little bit. But I do almost every day. I usually get to work a little bit early when I go to my workplace, and I get there a little bit early and I sit in my truck for a few minutes before I go in, and I'll listen to my own voice. And what I do, because there's a little like few second pause in between it playing each one that you've pre-recorded. So what I'll do, say it says something like, I am full of self-confidence and joy, and bring that feeling to other people, or something like that. That's not exactly it. So it will play it. I'll hear it in my mind, in my own voice, as I've recorded it. And then as I'm waiting for the next one to come up, I'll repeat it again, either in my mind or out loud. So whatever, the sky is blue. If it says the sky is blue on the recording, then I'll say also the sky is blue. And then I'll wait for the next one to come up. And so I do that. It takes like a minute to do each day, and it's very important. Another thing Ray Higdon talks about, and this is right on topic, is when he's talking about seeing and feeling things the way you wish they were before they actually are, there's a couple of important exercises you can do. One, and I've heard this from other mentors as well, is take a piece of paper and write down on that piece of paper yourself a year from now. Okay, so you've got some goals, you've set some goals that you want to achieve over the next year. You want to make $50,000 in the next year. You want to lose 20 pounds within the next year, whatever your goal may be. And so on this piece of paper, what you're going to do is write down 12 months from now, and you're going to speak it and write it down as if it's already happened. So today is October 31st, 2022. So what I would write down is, hey, it's me, David. It's October 31st, 2023. I'm so proud that I decided to start my online business last year. And unlike all the other times where within a couple months I quit, and that's why I failed over and over again for 5 years while pursuing it, this time I stuck to my guns. I was determined. I had a very strong why. I believed in myself. And now I have achieved the results that I was looking for. I made the $50,000. I'm so blessed. I'm so grateful that I made this extra $50,000 this year in my online business. And what this money allows me to do is to go out there and buy nice things for my family. I can buy something nice for my spouse. We could go on an extra vacation this year. So you write all that stuff down as if it's already happened. So that's one thing you could do. The second thing you could do is what Ray Higdon talks about, is that you can actually, when you go to bed each night and you're doing some affirmations, and maybe some people even talk about doing meditation. There's something called guided meditation. You can also download that. Go to YouTube and put in guided meditation. And that's a real nice one where the guy actually, I can't remember the gentleman's name, but he will actually lead you through a meditation of being grateful or setting goals and that sort of thing. So you could do that of a nightly basis or a morning. Some people like to do it as part of their morning routine. And then you also, what Ray recommends is picking out somebody that you have in your life that you can imagine a year from now, you're having a conversation with them. Now, you want to make sure this is a person that is supportive of you, not somebody that's going to be critical and skeptical, and that you don't want that. You want somebody that loves you and supports you and wants to see you be successful. So in your mind, you're having a conversation with them 1 year from now, and you're talking to them about all the things that you accomplished this last year that you had determined that you were going to do. And you're talking to them about how it's just been a blessing, how it makes you feel, that it's just a tremendous feeling that you have, that you've reached the goals. And you talk in your mind to this person, and you're seeing their reactions and their encouragement and their support as if you've already attained these particular goals. So let's do that. Let's work on these things. I'm pretty much wow, I can't believe we've gone on here 15 minutes already. I thought we were at like 10 minutes. So anyway, just I'm not an expert on the subject. I still have daily challenges with doing it myself. I tend to get negative, but what you think about, you bring about. Let me just give you a quick example of this. So 2 nights ago, I was getting ready to do my live, and I had had a particularly rough day at work, and I was tired. The subject I was talking about, I didn't feel really that strongly about. I mean, I felt strongly about the subject. I didn't feel strongly about my preparation. I hadn't had time to really prepare what I was going to talk about. I felt that I could speak intelligently on the topic, but nonetheless, I wish I would have had a little more time to develop the subject material a little better. So anyway, I had that in my mind. That's what I was thinking before I went on my live. I was like, I don't feel good. I really don't even want to do this tonight. I'm tired. It's not going to go very well. And sure enough, what do you think happened? I got on there, and it, in my mind, it didn't go well. I brought to fruition what I had been thinking about. So the good news is that upon playback, I watched a little bit of it on playback. It wasn't quite as bad as I thought it was. So if you are watching it, I think it's the one that I did. I don't know. I don't remember which one it was. They're kind of all running together. I've done 9 over here the last 9 evenings. So anyway, it's just a perfect example of what you're thinking about all day long is going to happen. And it inevitably happens in my business when I'm doing my online marketing. If I'm having those negative thoughts like, oh, I haven't signed anybody up to my business for 2 weeks. Maybe this isn't going to work for me. Maybe I should just give up. Then I don't get the results. But when I start thinking every day, my business is growing stronger every day. I am successful in my online business. It grows stronger every day. People are attracted to me. People are attracted to my opportunity. When I do that, inevitably, within the next couple of days, I see results in my business. As a matter of fact, I've been very positive the last couple of days. I'm excited and I'm encouraged because my company's not online convention, sorry. My company's online business, we have our annual convention in Orlando this year where I live. So like I said, I've been in the opportunity for about 2.5 months now. And I'm feeling pretty good with the direction it's going. And I'm very excited that we're having our convention here in 3 days here in Orlando, Florida. And so I've been thinking about that. I know that I'm going to be around some great leaders, some folks that have done very well in the company, and they're going to be training us. They're going to be encouraging and inspiring us as we go through the 3 days. And so I've been thinking about that, and that's put me in a positive frame of mind. And so mentally, I've been thinking that I know that I'm going to make it this time. I know this is the time that I will stick with something. I will not quit. I am determined. I have a burning desire. I have the definite plan to achieving my goals, and I know that I'm going to have results. And so today, and I'm going to talk about this tomorrow night. So if you're on here now, and if you want to know what I'm going to talk about tomorrow night, I already know. I'm going to talk about how things can happen at the most unexpected times. So results, things can happen at the most unexpected times, or something to that effect. And so today, while I was at work, I actually had 2 people sign up into my business. And I wasn't expecting it necessarily. I had early this morning, while I was on a break at work, I had sent out some messages to, like, as I talk about in one of my other videos, I tried to message through direct messenger and Facebook. I try to reach out to like 20, 25 people per day. So I was able to do that on one of my breaks this morning. And then by the end of the day, before I got off at 4 o'clock, I had 2 signups. And those people are very excited to be able to work with me. They're excited to be able to work with the 7-figure earner that I work with in my business. And so I'm excited for them as well. I want to help them achieve their financial goals because my mission statement is and always has been that I want to help other people overcome their self-limiting beliefs. That's what tonight's topic was about, overcoming your self-limiting beliefs and your self-limiting thoughts and achieving financial freedom. So that's what I'm about. That's what I'm doing. And we're on our way. So that's it for tonight. Thank you for joining. I hope this helps you some. If you gained any value at all, please comment and please scroll down my Facebook profile, look at some of my other trainings. If a subject captures your attention and it's something you want to learn about as you try to grow your online business or attain any sort of goal, please take a look at them. Most of my videos are around 20 minutes long. I'd like to keep it at that length. And so that's it for tonight. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great night. Have a happy Halloween. And I will see you soon. David Franzine, out.